present that you have.
End of the semester, that it'll be, oh, Monday, I'm sorry. Sailors game, just that's always an option. Some judges to gift if you want. This is all one point or another you guys found and kind of just exchange the gifts. So yeah, I'll see you guys hungry Monday night at 10 p.m. in the cafeteria.
I don't know if I can beat that one. So I have a couple announcements. Just a reminder, if you have not got your Christian service form completed, to make sure you do that as soon as possible. And then my second one is, as the semester is ending, next week is the last week. Just a reminder that dorms close Saturday at 1, and then they'll reopen back on Sunday, January 7th. So please make sure to get everything you need and check out with your RAs before you leave. And then also, if you with January 7th, it's on a Sunday. If you do need to come back on Saturday, please let me know so we can make arrangements to either pick you up or not. So, and also if you need transportation to the airport, please make sure you fill that form out so that we can provide that transportation to get you there and back. So, all right, good luck on your finals.
Good morning. Every year we have service awards for our employees. We missed this last spring, so my apologies. We're 6 months late, but these are the awards for 2023. We have several, and we give awards for our employees every 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we have a very unique award today, and we've never given, so that'll come here in a little bit. Our first one is we have a 10-year award recipient, and this person came to Barclay College in 2013. In 2013, Barack Obama was president. The states with the lowest unemployment were Hawaii, Iowa, Minnesota, Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Utah, Vermont, Wyoming, and Kansas. Yeah. The average price of a gallon of gasoline was $3.50, yai. The 2013 Honda Accord sold for $22,000. Cost of a postage stamp was 46 cents. On February 4th, Paris revoked its 200-year-old law that banned women from wearing trousers in the French capital. And also Canada removed the penny from circulation. Walmart became the largest company in Fortune 500, and Bill Gates regained his position as the world's richest man. The city of Detroit, however, filed for bankruptcy. Computer chess was launched. In sports and World Series, champions were Boston Red Sox, Super Bowl, Baltimore Ravens, NBA champs, San Antonio Spurs, Stanley Cup, Chicago Blackhawks. NCAA basketball champs were Louisville, and the football champs were Florida State. Most popular TV shows, number 5, American Idol, number 4, Modern Family, number 3, The Voice, number 2, Big Bang Theory, and number 1, Sunday Night Football. The highest grossing film was Frozen. Oh yeah, you're still watching it, I know. Dale Irby, a physical education teacher in Texas, wore the same disco-era polyester shirt and coffee-colored sweater vest in his school picture for 40 years until he retired in 2013. In 2013, women earned 60% of all bachelor's degrees awarded in the United States. After over 20 years of soda being America's #1 beverage, water became America's best drink. In 2013, Star Wars was translated into Navajo. The first time a major motion picture was translated into an American native language. 2013 was first recorded year that the consumption of fish surpassed beef, and 9 American babies were named Cheese. 2013 was the first year without a sighting of the Loch Ness Monster since 1933. Please join me in congratulating our 10-year recipient who still prefers beef over fish, a substitute, but Joel Halverstadt. Elena? We have 2 15-year award winners that came in 2018. The most famous person in the U.S. at that time came in 2008, was Usain Bolt. Notable books were The Hunger Games. A postage stamp was 42 cents, and a gallon of gas was $1.61. Louisiana came the last state to ban cockfighting. In 2018 toys inducted to the National Toy Hall of Fame were the baby doll and the skateboard. The quote of the year is, they say the difference between a hockey mom and a pit bull, lipstick, by Sarah Palin. The big movies that year were Kung Fu Panda, Iron Man, and The Dark Knight. World Series was won by the Philadelphia Phillies and the Super Bowl by the New York Giants. Kelly Clarkson won the first American Idol contest, and Lord of the Rings was the talk of the film industry. George Bush was president, and Mercy Me topped the Christian charts with Spoken For and I Can Only Imagine. Olympic gold medalist and world record holder Usain Bolt ate 100 chicken nuggets a day, 1,000 total, and still managed to win 3 gold medals while competing and staying at the Beijing, China. Jessica Cox became the world's first licensed armless pilot. Kung Fu Panda was so successful in China that it caused a national debate on why Westerners made better films about Chinese culture than Chinese themselves. And finally, as part of a fundraiser, Brazilian priest, Father Antonio, strapped 1,000 balloons to his lawn chair and sent himself up. He was found dead at sea weeks later, earning him the Darwin Award. So join me in congratulating our first 15-year recipient who has considered strapping balloons to her chair, Jeannie Ross. Our other 15-year recipient, please join me in congratulating who may or may not have eaten 100 chicken nuggets today, Tim Hawkins. Okay. Okay, the 20-year award came to Barclay College in the year 2003. That was the year that they launched MySpace and the 5-hour energy drink. The big movies were Lord of the Rings, Finding Nemo, and Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Elf. The most popular TV shows, Survivor, number 4, Friends, number 2, CSI, and number 1, American Idol. Florida Marlins won the World Series, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers won the Super Bowl. The quote of the year was, "Where do buffalo wings come from, chickens or buffalo?" from Jessica Simpson. Also at a rally, Arnold Schwarzenegger was hit by an egg, and he responded, "Now he owes me bacon." In a study in 2003, shelter dogs were found to be more relaxed and quiet while listening to classical music. The dogs didn't seem particularly interested in pop or radio and showed exhibited barking when heavy metal was played. The word McJob was added to Webster's Standard Dictionary in 2013, defining a low-paying job that requires little skill and provides no opportunity for advancement. Robert Downing Jr. thanked Burger King for getting him off drugs. In 2003, with his car full of drugs, he had a burger that was so disgusting it made him rethink life and dump the drugs in the ocean. Frank Saline, the luckiest and unluckiest person in the world, cheated death 7 times, including falling out of an airplane, and then won the lottery. So join me in congratulating our 20-year recipient who has never fallen out of an airplane, Justin Kendall. And let's keep it that way. Finally, we have an unprecedented award. We have a 40-year award recipient. We've had 2 35-year. This is the first time we've had a 40-year. No, it's not me. You weren't alive yet, and Joel Halberstadt wasn't born yet. Ronald Reagan was president, and gas costs $1.25 a gallon. Ronald Reagan established Martin Luther King Day in 1983. Michael Jackson performs a dance forever to be known as the moonwalk, and Microsoft was first released. McDonald's introduces the McNugget. Box office smashes, Star Wars 6, Return of the Jedi, Flash Dancing, Trading Places, and Tootsie. Super Bowl was won by the Washington Redskins and the World Series by the Baltimore Orioles. Sports history was made the most points scored in an NBA game, 186, by the Detroit Pistons against the Denver Nuggets. The second most, 184, by the Denver Nuggets in the same game. The Noises Compact Disc, CD, was introduced. Willie Nelson was the top song of the year with Always on My Mind, and a postage stamp sold for 23 cents. The computer mouse was invented. It's been a while. Okay. Quotes of the year were Clint Eastwood, "Go ahead and make my day." An Alabama school tried to ban The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank in 1983 because, according to the board's records, it was a real downer. While on duty in a Soviet nuclear attack warning station in 1983, Stanislav Petrov computer indicated the U.S. had fired several missiles. He decided his computer was faulty and urged against a launch. He was right, averting nuclear war, but was not rewarded and, in fact, was reprimanded by his superiors. Cliff Young, a 61-year-old potato farmer, won a 544 endurance race because all the professional athletes slept that night. Papa John sold his 1983 car to get enough money for his pizza company. Later, he relocated the car and bought it back for $250,000. Air Canada flight ran out of fuel mid-flight, but the crew glided the 767 to a nearby airport. The airplane turned out not to have been filled, but only half with fuel because they were converting to metric. The top TV shows: Dallas 60 Minutes. The top charts: Billie Jean and Africa by Total, Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Please join me in congratulating our 40-year recipient who is still gliding into airports, Leanders.
I have one more award that we don't want to slip by. I want you to know this was written by Derek Brown, but he couldn't be here today, so just picture me like Derek Brown. Here's my beard. I might stroke my beard a couple times while I'm reading this. I had to look up a couple words in the dictionary too. So, for this award, we must go back into the dark recesses of history, all the way back to 2008. In some ways, 2008 seems quite familiar to 2023. It was a high year of inflation, financial uncertainty, and the conclusion of the writers' strike in Hollywood. In other ways, it was different. For example, while gas prices peaked at over $4 a gallon in June of 2008, they plummeted to $1.70 a gallon by December. It was a year of firsts. The website airbedandbreakfast.com was started in 2008 by 3 entrepreneurs who soon realized the name was too long, and later they shortened it to Airbnb. The first Iron Man movie came out in 2008, beginning the Marvel universe that exists to this day. The Dark Knight, considered the best Batman movie ever made, came out in 2008, and the first season of Breaking Bad, premiered in 2008, was mostly ignored as the ratings and national attention were dominated by American Idol. If you were a child born in 2008, you were most likely to be named Emily, Hannah, Michael, or Jacob. The 17-mile Hadron Collider was completed in 2008, successfully smashing subatomic particles at high speeds without ripping a hole in time and space that would destroy the world as some had feared. But this was not the greatest achievement in science. No, in 2008, man crossed boundaries heretofore unimaginable to prior generations. In 2008, the space shuttle successfully transported bagels into space. And in order for all that humanity has achieved, we want to present the 15-year service award to our president, Dr. Royce Frazier. So at this time, we want to go ahead and invite the graduates who are graduating at semester to come up on the stage here. And you all, if you just cheer them on as they come up, that would be great. So if you're new to Barclay, this is a tradition that we do each semester for our students who are graduating. And so I'm just going to keep this mic and have you guys pass that one back and forth. But why don't you just go ahead and start with your name and what your major is that you'll be graduating with.
My name is Gage Weller, and I'm graduating with my bachelor's in pastoral.
My name is Shariah Wright, and I'm graduating with my bachelor's in psychology.
My name is Christian Anderson, and I'll be graduating with my degree in sports and recreation ministry.
Y'all know me. My name is Alex Smith, and I'll be graduating with a bachelor's in science and foundations of education.
I'm Catherine. I'm going to be graduating with a bachelor's in psychology.
So we're going to go ahead and start out. I've kind of grouped some questions together. So the first two questions, and you don't feel obligated to answer all the questions, but two things. What is something that you've enjoyed about Barclay, and what will you miss about Barclay?
Something I've enjoyed is the relationships that have been made over my many years here. The friendships of people who have come and gone, and the friendships of the people who have come and are still here. And like Brendan, I'll miss you, Brendan. But I don't know who that is. So if anything, I'm gonna miss the community, the people, and yeah.
I enjoyed, I would appreciate the small town, I guess, and I would miss the people.
I would have to say the road trips and all the endless conversations, the connections, and the friendships I made, and also the small community. Because I travel a lot, and when I go other places, it really doesn't compare to Haviland. Just a family away from family feel.
What I enjoyed the most is, it's a lot. I gotta choose one. Okay, I can do as many. Okay, I don't know. I'm only gonna pick one though. Nah, just other than being an athlete here, at a point in time, a lot of people think we only talk to athletes, but what I enjoyed was making relationships with just regular students, because they honestly, they don't know, but they actually helped me a lot through a lot of stuff, even just saying little things like Kenny, is he in here? Shout out to Kenny. But the thing I will miss is how I just keep bonds with the small town people, like Mark. I love Mark and Royce. Shout out to Royce. But I really miss them. But I really just miss the town in general and just chopping it up with everybody. Oh, you don't know what that means, but that means conversating with everybody, but you know. But that's what I'll miss.
I really enjoyed how small Barclay is. Very small. I really like that. And I'm going to miss how very small it was. Very going to miss that, yeah.
Okay, next, we've grouped together just some favorites. And once again, feel free to respond as many as you want, or just one or not at all. A favorite class that you had, a favorite event, and a favorite quote or saying by a teacher or staff.
Start with a quote. I'm always a big fan of Josh Bunn's saying he's not a fan of hot Jesus. No other context necessary. Favorite? I don't have a favorite class. I have several favorite classes, like Intro to Worship with Jared, Spiritual Formation with Jesse. Those are some of my favorite classes when I first got here. This semester, it's been great being in Teaching of Friends with Aaron. So some of my favorite events aren't like Barclay events, but when Tuttle was here, a friend, Andrew Tuttle, graduated a little while ago, but me and him would mess with Caleb Dill, who, if you don't know who Caleb Dill is, he's a short, red-headed man who works in the library sometimes and then also comes out for food. But he's supposed to be right here, but he so give him crap if you see him. But my first year here, he was on security, and he would come through Lewis to lock up, and Tell and I would lie and wait and ambush him, steal his shoes, and run away. And then there was times when with Chase was here, we would lift Chase into his window, have Chase crawl into his room, and unlock the door so we could hang out in there while he wasn't there. And then he would show up and just be upset that we were in his room. That was a lot of fun until he was in there one time when we were putting Chase through the window. And he pulled a knife on him, and then Chase was like, "Yeah, help us," and we were laughing too hard. So, yeah.
I would say my favorite class was, what is it? Sorry, I can't think right now. Oh yeah, sorry, New Testament. I would say that because that was like my first Bible class I've ever taken, and just diving deep into the Bible. And then the way it was set up was like we were encouraged to ask questions and discuss it. So if you guys had me in a class, I ask a lot of questions. So yeah, and then my favorite event is probably the midnight breakfast or the roast and boast, because I feel like that's where people kind of like show their selves, and it's just fun. So
favorite class, I would have to say any class with Jesse Penna, Larry Lewis. I liked teaching the friends, Aaron Stokes. When Bunce was here, I really enjoyed his classes. Favorite event, I would have to say probably the Super Bowl watch party. Favorite quote is probably from my mother. She just always used to tell me, just keep going, always keep faith. And then every morning when I see Coach Ray, I ask him, how's he doing? He say, I'm vertical, and that just kind of gets me going for the day. So it just keep my day going.
My favorite class, if you take a class with Jesse, Kevin, or Larry, you're going to love it, especially when you participate. Like, to be honest, a lot of them classes, you just got to participate. I know it's class, and it's not always fun, but if you participate, you'll actually enjoy it a lot more, because I was never a fan of participating in class until I got in their classes, and that taught me a lot. And my favorite event, intramurals, especially football, we was going to win the chip this year, but they wanted to stop playing. But, and then my favorite quote or teacher or staff, Miss Ronna just saying everything and anything.
Favorite class, I think college writing, mostly because it helped set up for like how I would do papers in every single other class, and that really made it less stressful. For an event, I don't know. I don't know any quotes either, so.
The next set of questions are, how has God transformed you since being at Barclay? You could even, like, what would your senior self say to your freshman self? And any advice you would give to people out here based upon just your time here at Barclay?
I've grown considerably since even coming here. Just being able to learn how to deal with my emotions and understanding that instead of like self-destructing and going into this depressive cycle. I've built, with the help of people here, have built a resilience to that, so that I'm able to handle that pressure now. And not only that, but growing in my faith, which that's part of my advice, is that don't ever get to a point where you feel like you have made it. There's always room to grow, no matter what age you're at, and always try and seek out that growth. Super important. There's also a humility in the understanding that you can always learn something from anybody, whether they're younger or older. So, yeah.
I would say before I got to Barclay, I was like closed off, which I'm still pretty closed off. But being here, it kind of made me realize that it's important for support to have support, because I used to believe that I could just like succeed on my own without like friends or barely talking to my family. But being in a small town, it kind of forces you to sit down and, you know, you don't have a lot of distractions. So, yeah, I would tell my freshman, well, I got here when I was a sophomore. So I would tell my sophomore self to get out more, don't always drive to class or to chapel. And yeah, the advice I would leave is try to speak to people that you might not be comfortable with, because you never know if you could like help them or if your ways of thinking could change their ways or perspective. So, yeah.
I would say since I've been at Barclay, God has transformed me by me just like every day knowing that I put God at the forefront of my life, and also just every day just learning. I mean, you can never have too much knowledge. Then my senior self, what would I say to my freshman self? Probably don't procrastinate. Don't wait till the last minute. You're gonna feel better about it later on. And then any advice? I would say anybody that just check up on you guys on the daily or just reach out their hand to you, just embrace those people. Just keep building a connection with them and just love on them.
Excuse me. God has transformed me at Barclay by I had to grow up. Like, I had to do a lot of growing up when I got here, because you have to. You can't stay in the same mindset you were 2 years ago. That's not the way to go. And what would I tell my freshman self? Well, like Christian said, don't procrastinate to the last minute, or just don't do it. At least do it. Like, do the homework, even if it's bad. Just turn it in, so at least they know you tried. And advice I like to leave is, like Shariah said, you can't do it on your own. Like, I know we all got God, but everybody gonna need somebody, and that's real. Like, you might have to lean on that person you didn't even know you could lean on, or they can relate to you more than you even think, just because you just didn't talk to them, so you didn't know. But if you open your mouth and talk to people, you'll learn a lot.
I think God really transformed me a lot being here at Barclay, because when I first came here as a sophomore, because I transferred, would not be up here, would not be talking in front of anybody, would not talk to anybody, would be forced to talk to people. So, yeah, wow. I think what I would say to the person coming into here, Barclay, for the first time is, God is with you. He does not leave you nor forsake you. Like, that's been the theme while I've been here. Like, every time I stress out over something that I think is going to go wrong, he always waits till the last minute, but he comes through, and he's always there. So relax, as much as I don't. And any advice I would give is take a nap. Sleep. Just sleep. Okay.
The last two questions are, what are you looking forward to in the future? If you have any future plans you want to share, do that. And then just if you have shout outs to anyone that you want to give.
I don't have any solid future plans right now. Over my time being here, I've come to understand my calling more and more, and basically, as long as I find something where I can help people, that's what matters. But shout outs, ooh, I got lots. First off, Ray, she's here. Jared and Jeannie, yeah, you two have been awesome to me. I think I would have gotten sane without, being able to come and talk to Jeannie and Jared, pushing me to develop my musical skills, and also just being there to talk. I really appreciate you guys. Also, Brocky, being that person that I could also come to and talk to. Y'all have kept me sane and helped me stay focused on what I need to really focus on, and to understand that what's little and doesn't matter. Derek Brown is another guy. He's not here, but he's also somebody I went and talked to, and he was great giving advice and just helping me understand, my emotions and what I'm going through. Kevin, Mr. Boss Man, working with him on grounds has been awesome. He's a great guy, full of wisdom. Having him and Neil talk in the men's Bible study the other night was fantastic, and he had such a humility about him. He's a cool guy. Get to know him. He's gonna be handing out money, right? Because he's a financial guy. So get to know him. Get friends. Yeah. Peyton and Ariel, you guys have opened your place to me Fridays, and it's been huge to me. It means a lot that I can come and relax and hang out with you guys in that setting. And the food you guys make is always good. So, well, that Ariel makes. But, and then any other, no, I'm not gonna. Ryan, I appreciate Ryan too. He's been a constant, and I don't know, if I have issues, I can go to him. Yeah.
For the future, I'll be going to school still, so to get my master's in psychology. I'm excited to start working in the field and getting experience and then seeing where that goes. And then for shout outs, I want to shout out Christian, Alec, Jew, Kate. They helped me, get out of my room and feel like comfortable on campus. And then for the staff, I would like to shout out Miss Rana, Miss Chelsea, Kevin Mortimer, Tim Hawkins. They were all there when I was going through hard things, and they just encouraged me to keep going, and then also helped me stand on my faith. So, yeah.
Future plans, I'm going to go back home, start coaching high school basketball. I'm trying to become a grad assistant at the nearby university. And then shout outs, really just shout out to all you guys, man. Like, from the people I talk to, the people I don't talk to, man. I mean, y'all keep the college running. Y'all keep the college going, man. Y'all really the reason why I came back after, what I went through. Shout out to all y'all. Shout out to the men and women basketball team. Y'all go get y'all the dub today, man. Yeah, shout out to everybody.
I got a few, but I'm just going to shout out the basketball guys and girls too. And thank you for real to my close friends right here and Jew. Shout out to Jew. And also you two, all y'all, everybody, man. It's crazy because do I got to shout you out specifically? Not. But anyway, now y'all actually, in one way or another, y'all helped me in a way that I just can never pay y'all back for. And it's like, I always been that type of person. It's bigger than me. Like, I'm here for y'all. Like, it's bigger than me, and I just really appreciate all y'all. And for the staff, of course, all y'all are appreciated as well. Jesse, I see you looking at me. I appreciate you a lot. And shout out to Ray. But like my second mom away from home, Miss Rana, she really helped me through a time when I just didn't know. Like, she was always there, and I always felt like I can count on her, and she never faded ever. And I just appreciate her for that.
I look forward to more school because I like pain. And I want to shout out Tegan and Gloria. Wonderful. Love y'all. So precious. Gracie, for talking to me. Thanks. And Lori, you are a wonderful human being. Kevin, I'm sorry I missed this morning. I slept in. Yeah.
Catherine, where have you been? Like, it's so fun to have you here. So it's good. Well, I just want to say to all of you, first of all, thanks for doing this today. And I think when Catherine and I first started talking about it, she said she might write her answers and I would read them. So I'm actually looking at all of you thinking about your freshman or sophomore selves, and when you arrived, and like God has transformed you. Like I just want to say that to each of you. Like it's really beautiful, and yeah, that's the beauty of Barclay. But part of that is because you've submitted yourself to the process. And each one of you said that you've submitted yourself to the community. And so thank you for giving to us. And when we leave here, there are empty shoes to be filled, there are empty spaces, and we will miss you. And so thank you for giving to us because you've been a part of our Barclay family. And you'll always be a part of our Barclay family. So I just want to invite you who are out here, would you just look up here and maybe get someone in mind that you just want to remember to pray for as they take their next steps. Just take a minute to do that. And then per our tradition here, we actually like to pray over them. And so there's 1, 2, 3. How about the 3 on that end? You guys will go down this aisle here. And then you 2 will come down this aisle here. And then we just invite you to come into the aisle and gather and just to offer prayers over them. So let's go ahead and do that. And then after that, we'll offer a benediction. And then we just have some music that we'll be doing together. just going to read a benediction together for us. You can just stay where you're at right now. It says, may the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm, and may he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors. Amen. And I'm going to invite you to go ahead and stand up. And part of worship is, you guys can go ahead and get the curtains and we're going to clear. We're going to have a little bit of adjustment. Part of worship is celebration. And so this is a song they did the other night at the recital, and I asked them if they would do it again just as a way for us to celebrate together the seniors. So join in with us in celebrating just the good times here.
It's always a good time. Whoa, it's always a good time. Y'all ready for a good time? Woke up on the right side of the